This is the one people are asking for and demanding and getting real mad at the security team for not coughing it up because it really helps you. GitHub Copilot. This is also a Microsoft feature. Of course, they bought GitHub. This is what programs for you, and it is very good. You have to have, you get Copilot, and you can use it for free. I think if you're an educator, you can use it for free, student or teacher. I forget exactly what I had to do to apply for. Yeah, education. And so you can have it for free. Otherwise, it's something like $20 a month. Now, you can't use it directly on the web like ChatGPT. You have to use it inside your development environment, which I'm using Visual Studio Code, Microsoft's free development environment. So you download that and you add it as an extension to Visual Studio Code. And it has a video showing you how to use it. And now you can write code. It will write code for you. So I should have it running here. Let me get my Visual Studio Code going. There's Visual Studio Code. All right. Here it is. And I'm going to close these things. And I don't know what it's asking me, nor do I care. See, I figure out, so new file. So file, new file, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to call this demo. All right. And create new file, press enter. Okay. It's doing something. Okay. There we are. So I'll save it somewhere. I'll just put it on my downloads. Demo, create file. Okay. And I probably should have given it Python, but now I should be able to ask it to do something. Now, there are various ways to do this. And let me get my instructions here. How I did it was I just defined a function is prime. You can put in comments that explain what you want it to do, but you can also just give it a descriptive name. So I'm going to define is prime of n. And there it is. It just guesses, well, you want to know if something's prime, so it writes the code. It figured out I was using Python, even though I forgot to put a .py up there. And there it is. If n is 0, if n is 1, for this, it's going to try dividing it by everything up to the square root and see if it works. So that's perfectly fine. So I think I just pressed tab to accept the suggest. There we are. It just wrote that code. All I had to give it was, I noticed, by the way, I spelled prime wrong. I else it changed it to print. Either I typed print or it changed it to print, but it actually made a prime number. So, you know, some human intelligence is required, but it did a lot of the work for me. And I think this runs. See how I did it here. Okay, then now here I'm going to use a comment to tell it what to do. It supposedly can do this too. It can read the comments and deduce what you're trying to do. So now that I've defined the function that tells me if something's prime, I'm going to input an integer from the user and press enter. And there it is. Okay, n is entered integer. So I press tab to accept it. And now I'm going to test to see if num is prime. Enter. Okay. If is prime, print it's a prime, else print not. It looks pretty good. Print tab, and now I'm done. So there is a, yeah? See something wrong? All right, so now I just run it. This, I think, I'll run it in the debugger. Run and debug. There it goes. It found a Python debugger. And in the fullness of time, okay. There's a terminal. Debug console, perhaps. There we are, debug console. No? Well, output. Okay, let's see. Run this. Click the blue run and debug. At the top center, click Python debugger. Oh, I had to click Python debugger somewhere. I guess I had to approve that. Okay. Python debugger. Okay. There. Select a debug configuration. Yeah, debug the currently active file. There we go. There we are. Now it's running. And down here it is. File not found. Didn't find it. No such file or directory tasks. I don't know what I got wrong. Anyway, I didn't follow my steps carefully. Perhaps not putting the pi at the end confused it. But anyway, when I did it before, it ran down here. You could put in answers. It would go. and pretty nice, you know. So this, people are clamoring for this. The coders really want this. I can see why. It's really nice, as you can see. And if you give it small tasks, it does a very good job. So I think this is probably the most important productive use of LLMs. I've read an article recently where they said most managers have reviewed the last year's investments in LLMs and said, you know, you played with that stuff, but did you actually accomplish anything? And pretty much the answer is no. But this product does something real valuable that you can understand right away. I think the people that deployed this product are not having to say we didn't accomplish anything. I bet you get a lot more work done with this thing than having to stop and Google Stack Exchange frequently. All it's doing is automating that process, filling in simple code from some normal library, effectively a library of common code, but it does it pretty well. So that's what I wanted to show you.